Hello, beautiful. Welcome. I'm Lori Rising, your host and guide, and welcome to today's episode all about working with the Capricorn new moon. If you are hanging out on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the like, and send this to one friend that you know will love it as well. If you truly are feeling the support and the love and the elevation of what I'm offering, don't stop there. I have a new free private podcast. It's called The Channel Activation. It is going to catapult you into where we're going in 2026. I know you know what's going down and what's really opening up. It takes your participation. You have to say yes to show up, do the work, and take aligned action from a place of trust, heart guidance, and energetic coherence. That, my friend, is what I am here to do with you. So it's a 7-day podcast with a few bonus episodes, and it's going to help you get radically honest about the static in your field and rise in your power. I don't know about you, but I am definitely here to be walking in this body, in this iteration, among wildly conscious people that are here to create more abundance, benevolence, and love for the whole collective. How we show up inside is going to become the reflection in the collective. We are the root to what's happening in humanity, just like your pelvic bowl is the root of all of your creations that come into your physical reality. Energy first, physical later. That is where you will align with your soul's highest frequency of truth and turn the heck on in this mission, in your divine blueprint, and what you came to share with humanity and live in for yourself. Join me today. It is absolutely free. The Channel Activation Private Podcast. The link is in the description box or show notes below. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about not only what's happening at the Capricorn new moon, but what's moving through us collectively and how to harness the power of it, and what was coming through in 2025 and into what's possible in 2026. Again, it takes our participation. So I'm also offering a beautiful guided activation and embodiment practice that is going to propel you forward as the energies start to ramp up and get really clear and powerful for our path. Let me know in the comments below what house you are working with and what your affirmation and declaration is. Let it seed inside and declare it outside for more magnetism and to collapse the timeline into your now observed reality. Let's go. Welcome, everyone, to the Capricorn new moon. We are going to be exploring these energies and moving through a guided activation. My name is Lori Rising. I'm so happy that you're here. I am a channeler, a transformational mentor, and a spiritual guide. And I'm here to walk with the divine disruptors. Those of you that know you came here to planet, to Earth, to do it different. You're here to disrupt the generational patterns, the conditioning, the programming, the old belief systems that aren't working and never really did work for us. So you know that it's time to do it different, and you are ready to leap off of that precipice. You're ready to move into the unknown, even though it feels scary. You're ready to prime your nervous system in a whole new way. And that's how I know that it's you, because you were magnetized to this experience with me. So, the Capricorn new moon really signals a beautiful event. I want to say event in the birth that you've been working with for quite some time, especially this past year of 2025. So, this is the sixth new moon. I'm sorry, this is the fourth new moon of 6 in a row that are at 28 degrees. So that feels very significant, especially we had 3 in 2025 at the end of 2025, 3 in the beginning here of 2026. I love those threes, definitely stoking into that divine feminine energy. I really like Capricorn energy because it is a feminine sign, but it feels very masculine in that Saturn ruled experience. So, Saturn is the planet of mastery. Saturn will present what feels like restriction or challenge or a delay of time in order to do something or build something that is long lasting. So Saturn is really it's the discipline, it's the discernment, and it makes the decision to do the thing and to do it right, to take its time. It's Chronos time. So it takes its time doing something. It's very practical. But like I said, it can be emotionally detached. So we really want to watch that when that starts to come in, or it can seek validation, or it can feel like it's doing something one way, though there might be another way to receive it. And that's in those earth feminine energies to be able to go out into nature, get out on your own, and still be available to be quiet in order to have that kind of tuner dialed into that receptive frequency, and then use that discernment and that drive to go forward from there. So, yeah, Melinda's a Capricorn moon. I love that. So, what I want to speak about today, if do you have your astrology chart? Let me know in the chat if you have your astrology chart. If you're coming in later, put it in the chat or the comments below. If you know where Capricorn is in your chart, I would love to hear that. So go ahead and put it out because that's what we're going to be working with. We have so much momentum and drive in these Capricorn energies that you have this rare opportunity to do something that is going to last. It's not going to be fleeting, and it's going to be in a certain environment in your life. So, if you do know what house Capricorn's in, that's going to be helpful. Now, if you don't have your chart, don't worry about it. Go ahead and grab a paper and pen and write some of these things down, and then you can go after we do this experience together and you can look it up. So, you've got to know your rising sign or your ascendant, and then that's going to show what house Capricorn is in for you. I'm going to use whole house, not Placidus. So if you're an Aries rising, it's going to be in your 10th house, and that's your 10th house of career, of your public experience or your public like the way people perceive you in the public in the world. And it's going to be really about your career and work. If you're a Taurus rising, it's going to be your 9th house, and that's going to be about a lot of expansion, higher learning, higher thought, more philosophy in your life, even going more global or international. And that can be through the internet, like connecting on a more global scale, the way that we are right here, because we have some people in their acupuncture point in the southern hemisphere, which is so beautiful when we expand our network in that way together. So again, Elena, I'm going to use whole houses. This is going to help you for the whole house. Okay. So the Gemini rising is going to be in the 8th house. The 8th house is going to be the depth, the inner psyche. It's going to want to go really far into what's hidden in this experience, what might like want to be uncovered, what might be hidden truths or even lies in an experience. And it's also about shared resources. So the resources between you and another, you and a bank, you and like something in your world, how those resources are actually flowing or how they might be imbalanced at any time. So the 8th house really, it can be talked about like death and taxes. It can be more of that death and rebirth experience, or, burning something down and rising from the ashes like a phoenix, right? So, this is where you do want to open up to what is here that I'm not seeing consciously. How do I go deep into what's being hidden from me or from view? Let me know if that makes sense. Cancer rising is going to be the 7th house. It's the 7th house of relationships. Leo rising is going to be the sixth house of your daily routine. It can be your daily work routine, your daily personal routine, but really how you create habits or rituals that support the body mind connection, support like your spiritual or higher self being here, grounded in this earth realm and this physical experience, and how you express that physically. It's also about your pets. So Virgo rising is going to be the fifth house. The fifth house is the house of romance, dating, children, inner child, joy, creativity, artistry, even entrepreneurship, really showing up in your soul's medicine and soul business. The Libra rising is going to be the fourth house. The fourth house is the house of family, of home, of lineage, of maybe you're moving home, or maybe you're bringing your work home, something around home, or even how you inhabit home from within. But this can also be your ancestry, your lineage, and your family. Scorpio rising is going to be the third house of communication, thoughts, inspiration, ideas, short term, short distance travel, cousins and siblings. And then Sagittarius rising is going to be the second house. The second house is of security. It's of your resources. It's of your personal money, even, but it's also a house of value. Where are we at? Capricorn rising is going to be the first house of self. How you show up in the world before anybody filters it out, before you even took in anybody else's ideas of how you should be. It's also the house of your physical body, like what's happening in your physical body and who you are at a core level, right? Like again, how you come into the world unapologetically, like in your full expression. We're at Aquarius rising. That is 12th house. The 12th house, that can be the house of undoing, but it's the house of spirituality as well. So it can be the hidden house, the house of hidden realms. Again, going into the subconscious, but in a different way than Scorpio. It's not that kind of Kundalini transformative energy. It's more of an expansive energy of there's no bounds, there's no rules, there's no stop. It's all just open, no boundary in the 12th house. It's that house of feeling and empathy. And then Pisces rising is going to be the 11th house. And the 11th house is the house of humanity, of friends, of networks, of connection. It's also the house of the highest technology, innovation. It's a house of galactic connection. It's the house of astrology. So those are the different houses that you're going to be working with, and you're going to have a lot of this building momentum to create something in that area of your life that is long lasting. And it's probably going to be new. In 2025, you've been asked to break down the things that haven't been working for you. And so this is going to build new in this area. Gemini rising is the eighth house. So it's that eighth house of deep, deep transformation. It's like deep psychology of really getting into the inner workings of something and just uncovering anything that's being hidden from it, or lies, or hidden truths in there. But it's also, it can be like death and taxes. It's that death rebirth energy as well. Okay, so you're all good on that? Any questions? So right now we have the sun, moon, and Mercury and Mars in Capricorn, and then we've got Venus and Pluto in Aquarius. The sun is going to ingress into Aquarius in 2 days, and all of these planets are going to eventually meet up with Pluto in Aquarius. If you know anything about what's going on right now, you know we're moving into the age of Aquarius, and Pluto in Aquarius is a major activator there. Pluto is going to be in Aquarius until 2044. Kira, yes, you definitely have Capricorn in your chart. It's one of the houses. So, Kira, if you know your rising sign, just go ahead and tell me, and I'll tell you which house it is in your chart. Don't worry if you don't have planets or points in certain houses or energies in your chart. You're working with the entire astrology wheel, whether you have planets and points in there or not. So, this is a big deal. that we have, especially we've got Venus and Mars, which is the divine feminine and the sacred masculine working together in this Capricorn energy. They've basically started a new cycle, and that really is you being able to access the balance of the feminine and masculine from within, which means that you're going to start working with it in the way that it's supported rather than working against it. We've been working against it for a very, very long time. And the way we've been working against it is we've been forcing through the masculine, and that's through control. When we start to rebalance or recalibrate these energies from within, we move into the feminine first. And when you can have faith and confidence in the feminine first, the masculine is the container of that. So the masculine doesn't have to be the forefront. It's not supposed to be the forefront. The forefront is us getting quiet, present, and listening to the guidance, which we're always connected to, however you feel into this source, God, spirit, Mother Nature, your ancestors, your angels, whatever it is, your highest self. We're always in divine collaboration. We're not actually meant to force this life. We're meant to receive it and trust it and move forward from that trust. So when you can get quiet and present and you start discerning, Capricorn is discerning energy. You start discerning what that channel is, what that higher guidance is from the overactive stress control mind or mind of expectations. Then the masculine can come in this place of confidence and move you forward to take that leap, to do the thing that you haven't done before that you don't have evidence for. And that's really the moment that we're in. As we go into 2026, we're moving from earth and air into, I'm sorry, earth and water into fire and air, especially in these outer planets. There's going to be a lot of fast motion, a lot of inspiration, a lot of ideas, and a lot of taking those leaps when it feels like maybe you've been in this sludge and you've been in this loop that just keeps banging up against you. It's like this tapping on your soul, but you don't know how to do it a different way because you're trying to reference something from the past that doesn't work anymore. Yes, it's the year of the fire horse as well. We all know that. So on February 17th, we actually have a partial eclipse, and that's also the Chinese New Year, where we move from the year of the wood snake into the year of the fire horse. And the wood snake was all about receiving, releasing, and shedding right now. The shedding can feel like a squeeze because when a snake sheds, it actually will find two rocks and squeeze itself through the rocks to release its skins. So you've got to be able to hold yourself through the squeeze. And for you, that means holding yourself through the growth edge. We've conditioned ourselves to back away from the growth edge because what happens at your growth edge is feeling. And we've conditioned feeling to equate survival. And we think that if we feel something again, because we've created a story and suffering from a past experience, that we're not going to survive it. And that's incorrect. You're actually here to feel and move through. It's your superpower, but it's been kind of hammered out of you in the way that we've allowed stress, chronic stress and control, and those imbalanced masculine energies to dominate for so long. So it's big stuff, right? Do you feel how big this is? It's really big. And it's so helpful that you're here because you're opening yourself and welcoming to some support and guidance through this because we're not meant to do it alone. Those masculine energies that were imbalanced and the separation that we've kind of worn as a badge of honor, like we can go it alone, we can do it alone, that's only exhausted us. It's put us in overwhelm. We're not meant to go it alone. We're meant to receive and offer. It's meant to be this collaboration between all of us, between you and the divine, between you and other. We're all the student, we're all the teacher. And when you really get aligned with your soul medicine, you no longer live in that state of overwhelm because you're in alignment and you're moving forward from a fully balanced, fully whole place. Yay! Thank you, Stark. Stark says they're very moved by what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. Beautiful. Thank you for that confirmation. So, this is where it is a time to feel, and it's also a time to grieve. We fear grief, and the thing is, this has been orchestrated to separate us out from the superpowers that we hold. Grief is a portal. It's one of the most transcendent spaces that you can ever move through. We fear the feeling that happens in grief. The fear creates the constriction, and then that moves us into that state of chronic stress. But when you can actually start to inhabit the healthy and supportive ways of moving energy through you instead of being the good one or the obedient one or the tamed one that doesn't rock the boat around them, then you start opening that portal back up. Your innate language was never English. I'll tell you that right now. You were just conditioned into English. Your innate language is energy, light, frequency, feeling, emotion, and vulnerability. Can you feel how much you've been separated from those things, especially by the linear systems all around that have been siphoning our power from us? Anybody in the chat feeling me on that? Let me know. Yes, the separation. Here's the deal. You were born whole and nothing has changed, but through a series of contrast and duality and energetic absorption in your life, which has moved you into the beliefs and thoughts that you've held that have created your reality, you have been separated from, you've been fractured in that wholeness. So, what you're doing now, and the reason that you're here, is you're recalibrating to your wholeness. Are you feeling that? Are you feeling it really start to open up, even through the grief and the pain that we have to see? We have to see where these systems have never had humanity in their best interest. We have to see it in order to do it different. And it's painful to see it. If it's under the surface and on the down low, then we just keep going in our ignorant bliss. And then humanity never changes. It keeps going in that wrong direction, in that imbalanced space. So we're at the pivotal point, and the pivotal point is a point of years. It's not one experience. This pivotal point has been going from especially 2020 until now. Mhm. Yep. So the grief again, grief is the portal. And when you can find your mastery of holding duality, you'll no longer get locked in to one way or the other. And this is where, when stories and suffering come along with grief and we fear it, then we actually lock it in and it becomes our experience. But when you can be more flowing and open and you let things move through you real time, then you actually become the portal and the wisdom rises up within and it gives you the guidance of where you're going, the guidance of recalibrating to your own divine blueprint, right? Your own soul's medicine, your highest frequency of truth, not somebody else's. Most of these things have been taken on and taken in from the time you were in the third trimester in the womb up until 7 years of age. And they get locked into the cells, into the subconscious. And then you continue to magnetize experiences that confirm them or validate them. And then it becomes this really strong neural pathway. So, in order to open a new neural pathway, you're going to have to leap off of a precipice into the unknown. That's why it's so important to have the support and environment around you when you do that so that it can hold you when you wobble, because you will wobble, because your nervous system will want to go back to safety, even though it was uncomfortable. You didn't like what you were moving through, you knew it. Does this make sense? I'm getting pretty deep with you all today. I trust that it was desired out into the world. Mhm, mhm. Bum, 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 bum. Yes, Sarah says. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So that's a little background of what we're moving through. You signed up for a really big job, so I just want to like honor you and support you and hold that for you, because there are generations before us that did not. There are generations to come after us that did not, but we are here and you are equipped to move through it. You're not equipped to move through it alone. Remember that. Invest in your like your expansion is what I want to say. Invest in your soul's highest frequency of truth. It's the best ROI you will ever, ever, ever have. More than a house, more than like a financial, like a stock or a bond. It is the best ROI you will ever have, because that's where true freedom lives. Mhm. Bum, 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 bum. Ego, yep. Ego clinging to the old patterns, ego reactions. This is about refining your everyday moments. You've got to catch yourself in those ego reactions, because if you let it go and later on you're like, oh, why did I say that? Why did I do that? I regret that. It was my ego talking. You're still strengthening that pathway. So you have to catch it in the moment, even though you really want to tell that person why they're wrong and how they hurt you and how they need to change, which is never the truth, because every person in your life is a mirror and a reflection. That's it. It's an opportunity. That's it. Then you actually have to work kind of against the strengthening of that loop. Okay? Does that make sense? So we've got some big stuff happening. Like I said, on the 19th, Aquarius is ingressing, the sun's ingressing into Aquarius. You're going to feel the energies start to speed up quickly. On the 20th, we've got Pluto conjunct Venus, a Mercury cazimi. If you don't know these terms, don't worry about it. I'm just telling you. If you do know, I'm sharing it with you. On the 23rd, we have a Pluto cazimi. There's a lot of Pluto energy coming up. Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. Pluto will absolutely take you there. You don't have a choice if you didn't make the choice before Pluto gets to it, whatever this is in the experience of your life. Hi, Debbie. Welcome from Wisconsin. So here's the big one. On January 26th, Neptune is finally moving into Aries. This is huge. So this is part of that birth of where we're going. Pisces, which is where Neptune and Saturn are, is the end of the zodiac. It's the accumulation of everything that hasn't really worked. And it's the sign that's completely wide open, and it feels everything. And that's why Pisces energy will often have addiction, because Pisces just wants to check out. It wants to numb itself out because it's feeling everything that's kind of been piled up throughout the wheel of the year, or the wheel of the zodiac, wherever we're at. So right now, you actually have a lot of intuitive messages and psychic messages coming in through your dreams, because Neptune is just squeezing the last part of Pisces until the 26th, which is what, 9 days away. So really notice your dreams, okay? My dream last night showed me something in the work sector of my life, which is where Capricorn is. It's giving me the direction to go and put more energy there. And it showed me in my dream very specifically. So really notice your dreams. Have a dream journal to write them out right now. And this is going to really start stepping us in. It's going to start revving things up and stepping us in. The Neptune Saturn conjunction in February is like a 12,000 to 14,000 year event. There's debate on how long it's been. That's a big deal, right? And it's the beginning of the wheel, which is the Aries, which is the birth. It's not the rebirth, it's the birth of something that's new. It's the leadership, it's the maverick energy, right? And it's the self. Aries is the self, how I show up before I got conditioned or programmed. And then on the 27th, we have Mars conjunct Pluto. So we've got a lot of Aries coming, we've got a lot of Aquarius, we've got a lot of Pluto. This really is power to the people. This is moving from top down to power between, right? And power within. So really notice that because Aquarius is going to be the success of shifting out of the old world, the patriarchy, the power over is all going to be hinging on the way we show up in humanity and we connect together. Honestly. So if you are trying, if you're not opening up this space of vulnerability with others that can hold you, it's going to feel more and more isolating and it's going to feel harder and harder. We've really got to rise up together, support each other in every way that we can, receive when it's your time to receive without guilt, give without expectation. Do not put a justification system on those. This is so, so important. Get really radically honest with yourself when you are. Just like somebody in the chat was super honest and vulnerable by saying that their ego keeps trying to come in, right? Okay, so grief. I do want to talk about grief because when you allow yourself to feel it, it is literally going to propel you forward in a way that your mind can't. So if you are feeling any kind of grief right now, grief for what's happening in the world, grief for the pain that's happening in the world, or grief for what you're actually moving on from, because oftentimes we're asked to move on from something even when there's still good there, when there's still love there. And in our historical space of self-sacrifice, we'll squeeze everything out. As long as there's still good and love, we'll self-sacrifice until we're forced and we've gotten to such a low that we hit a rock bottom. That's going to take us a long time to find our way through or out of. Not always. I'm not going to hold that as a full truth, but when you hit a rock bottom, you have to navigate those feelings and the beliefs that come in with that. So this is where you're going to make decisions in where you're going and you're letting go of the things that are holding you back that you still have love for, that still feel good, but they're not working. Anybody feeling me on that? Let me know in the chat. Anybody feeling it? I am. Absolutely. So when you can allow yourself to grieve that, grieve the story that you had, grieve the dream that you had, the expectations in that dream, but then get very present in the reality will help move you through. But if you stay in the past dreams and expectations, then it's going to try to hold you in place. Okay? So that's a little background. Did I fill you all up? Um, so what I want you to do is if you look at the house that I shared with you, I want you to look at that house because right now you're building something lasting in that area. So if your house is the seventh house that Capricorn is in, you're doing something, you're building something in a new way in your relationships that's going to last. It's going to have a really solid foundation as long as you're showing up. Everybody has free will here. So you can know what the energies are and you can be very well versed. You can learn, but if you don't actually put your heart in and take aligned action in those spaces, you're going to keep the wheels spinning. Life doesn't happen to you. It actually happens from you. So a lot of us got really comfortable in waiting until things seem safe enough to shift or change, but that actually holds us in a place that's so much smaller and so much more constricted than what we're really here to experience. Okay, so are you all with me? Are you with me on this? You've got your house, you know what area you're working with. So we're gonna actually work with a little prayer here in what you're working with. So I want you to grab your journal and you're gonna journal out something in that area of your life that you have in your vision, that you're holding in your manifestation, or something that you desire in that area, rather than what's happening that you don't want. Does this make sense? Do not talk about what you lack in that area. Talk about what you desire in that area. I'll give you an example. So Capricorn is in my 10th house. So I'm not going to talk about how I don't want the overwhelm in my business anymore. That's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is I want to talk about an aligned business that feels easy, that I enjoy, that I love showing up to, that I trust all the people that are really ready to invest in themselves and invest in this kind of growth and evolution. They find their way to me. I trust that they're on their way to me. I trust or I desire, that my book becomes a New York Times bestseller. I desire, I can look at like the easy path and the aligned path to a multi six-figure business, right? Do you see where I'm going with this? Let me know. Somebody let me know in the chat. Jayoti, beautiful. You can look at astro.com, Jayoti, to look up your chart right now. Astro.com. Okay, somebody's got to let me know if you're with me, if it's making sense, because I want you to be writing this down. It's like an affirmation, a declaration. Okay, good. So take a couple of minutes. Yes, focus on positive, not negatives, but also get detailed. Don't generalize it, right? I got detailed where I said, I trust that the people that are ready to invest in themselves, that are ready to do this kind of work, to leap off the precipice and know how powerful it is in my world, I trust that they're on their way to me, right? See how I got so specific about the people? I didn't just say, like, I trust that people are on their way to work with me. That's general. And I don't want to work with everyone. There are people that are not ready for this kind of work. And I am not here to battle that. I am here to talk to the people that know that they're here to disrupt. They know that they're here in divinity and that they are more powerful than anything else in this world, especially for themselves and their life and their healing. Okay, does this make sense? Details where you feel it, not just say it. But I want you to write this down because we're going to be using this in the prayer. Because if you're praying and you're saying, please make this happen, please bring this to me, it's not really tapping into the power of the whole field, right? Aligning with the frequency. Like, please stop this from happening. I don't want to feel this anymore, right? We're tuning into the lack of that. So, are you all writing this down? In whatever house Capricorn is in, you have the Capricorn energies of discipline, focus, discernment, and drive right now to take the steps to make it happen. I just completed like so many projects in my business last week that I hadn't been able to do in all of 2025 because the Capricorn energies right now are in my 10th house of work and I didn't get overwhelmed. This is where we really tap into the cycles and seasons and we have them support us instead of working against them. Okay, so do you all have it? I'm gonna put some music on here as we complete with the activation. Okay. Let me know when you have it. And if you want to declare it in the chat. Take it from inside and put it outside, because that is always going to hold more power. Again, when you can show up in your honesty, your truth, and your vulnerability, the fears no longer have power over you. The doubt no longer has power over you. Melinda, just pick one. Pick one that's really standing out to you right now. Maybe one that has felt challenging or hard over the last year. Chantel, you've got to look at what your rising sign is. I'm using Full House, so you're in Placidus. Just look at your rising sign and tell me what that is, and I'll tell you what house it's in. Your rising is Aquarius, so you're in the 12th house. It's the 12th house for you. Anybody want to share their affirmation, their prayer, the details? Virgo, you're in the 5th house. Brecken, you're in the 5th house. There's no Pluto. Your rising isn't Pluto. Your rising, Pluto's a planet. Your rising is going to be one of the energies. So Pluto's a planet. You've got to look at what your ascendant is, Kira. Your rising sign or your ascendant is going to be Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces. Okay, I know somebody's going to be brave out there because they know how powerful it is to be brave and courageous, and you're going to share your declaration in the chat. Let's go. Come on. Bring it into the chat. Share it in the chat. Let us witness it with you. Take it from inside and put it outside. Anybody? Nobody's going to share it. Come on. Okay, your ascendant is Libra. So it's the 4th house. You were right. It's the 4th house. None of you are going to share it in the chat. Declare it. I told you all of my declarations. Let's go. Come on. Affirm it. Somebody. Anybody. Somebody. Anybody. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, Sarah, thank you for the example, having an easy path to my purpose. That's very, very general. So again, the more detailed you get, the more answers you get. The more general you get, the more it takes to like try to find answers that are coming through. So you could get just more detailed about your purpose. Like, what's the desire in your purpose? How do you want to feel in your purpose? That's always an easy way to get detailed, is get into the feelings of it and start explaining those feelings. And then you're going to actually be able to feel it inside of you, which magnetizes it because it becomes your frequency. So if you just say purpose, like, I don't really feel much in purpose. So if I don't feel it, I'm not actually sending a signal out in the energy through my own magnetic energy to bring that back in, to call it into my experience. I will have a life where I connect with nature daily. Okay, I'd love for you, hello Rosa, I'd love for you to get a little bit more detailed. Like that one is kind of easy because you can choose that. You can just do it. You don't really, there's not really this space where you're asking spirit or your highest self to give you the path or show you the path. of that, you just go out into nature. So I feel like if you can go a little, it's like get a little more risky. Like, you know what I mean? Let yourself, we'll often stay general in order to not get disappointed, right? We're so scared of disappointment or quote unquote failure. There's no such thing as failure, by the way, but we're so scared of that that we'll like not tell anybody. We'll hold it to ourselves. We'll keep it really general because then if it doesn't come true, I don't have to feel that disappointment, right? The thing is, the more detailed you get, it will always come true. It just will probably not look like the expectations that you have in your mind. I declare that I will find my soul tribe, friends who are like-minded, loyal, and witty. Okay, I love the detail there. If she had stopped at soul tribe, it's very general, but she went into like-minded, loyal, and witty. So Kim, I would even go further into the like-minded. What does that mean, right? What mind? Like what's your mind and what is like that, right? Katie, I trust I will find my purpose, the specific healing practice meant for me on the next part of my journey. The energy and info I am in need of will find me and open to receive it in abundance. Well, you did the whole prayer there, Katie. I declare that I will be living in safe, modest homes near nature. I love that. Yes. My family. I am enjoying exercise, back fitness. I love the morning routine that I have established and follow it every day. Great, reckon. I'm pursuing my vision without limits. I love that. Could have been vision, but we went forward with without limits. I feel safe to act on my intuition in my art and relationships. I want to experience easy interactions with smart, supportive, loving, communicative interactions. Yes. Y'all feel the yes energy on that one? Like I can feel that. If you can't feel it, like feel what you're saying, then spirits has a really hard time of bringing it into your experience. So you want to feel what's coming through. Very good job. Yes, everybody did a good job. And now let's deepen it into like, oh my gosh, okay, I can start accessing the feeling of that, because the more you access the feeling of it as if it's already happening, it becomes your reality. It shows up for you, right? So let's use the magic of the Capricorn new moon in that. Okay, so you're getting it. You're getting it. I love that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you, we're just going to tap on the thymus point. So where your sternum is, it's like this little bony prominence over your sternum. And you know, when I talk about grief, the thing is, we need to move. We need to move emotions through the body. We're so unstimulated, and the more stimulated you can become, the more energy moves. So go ahead and tap on this thymus point. It's called the heaven on earth point, where the meridians all come through there. And then I'm going to have you repeat after me. You're going to include your prayer in this, in what you're going to repeat after me. Okay. So go ahead and tap, taking a nice deep breath. Then let it out. You can sigh, you can grunt, you can be loud, you can vocalize, you can hum. Go ahead again. And then let it out. Very good. All right, now repeat after me. And this is where we're offering a prayer, right? A prayer to the higher power, however you feel into this, a prayer to God, a prayer to source, a prayer to the ancestors, the angels, a prayer to Gaia, Mother Earth. So just repeat after me now. Thank you for grounding and stabilizing support in my body and in my nervous system and field. Thank you for the clarity and guidance that's arriving right now. I'm open to the quickest, most easeful, and clear path to, and then insert your declaration. All right, we're going to do that 2 more times. So repeat after me again. Thank you, or I'm open to the quickest, most peaceful, and clear path to, and then insert your prayer. And one more. I'm open to the quickest, most easeful, and clear path to. I trust that it is building energetically right now. And on its way to me in. Show me the steps and choice points along the way. I am ready to receive. And I am ready to lead. Thank you. I love you. It's time. All right, beautiful. Put your hand down, close your eyes now. This is really where you integrate. So feel the energy moving through your body. Notice what's showing up. And just start to flow with your breath in and out. Follow your breath in and out. Your breath is truth, the conduit, and it's a guide. So just notice how you feel when you tune in to this declaration, this affirmation. It already is. How does that feel? It already is. You're open to the time when you're going to observe it in your physical reality. So just really let yourself feel it. Take yourself into this experience and feel it. What does that feel like? Living it, breathing it, holding it. What are the decisions that you make in it? How does it feel in your body? I can feel some joy out there. I feel some smiles. I love that. I feel this elevation, even this elation coming through. So really let yourself drop into that, ground into that feeling. Let it come up so big that you can come back and access this feeling over and over and over. Every time you're moving forward in the path and doubt creeps up, or judgment comes in, or what ifs arrive, you close your eyes, you take a breath, and you reawaken this feeling. You strengthen this feeling. Beautiful. Just continuing to flow in and out with your breath, feeling your feet on the floor, connected to the earth, eyes closed. And on this next inhale in, you're going to feel your breath move all the way down to your root. And as soon as your breath reaches your root, you're going to feel a golden cord begin to move from your root down into the earth. It can be like a golden root or a golden cord or a golden rope, but you feel it. Your breath begins and the cord extends from your breath through your root, and it's moving down into the earth. And you feel how quickly it moves down into the earth, and you feel this as a stabilizer. You feel this great support. And the deeper your cord or your golden root goes down into the earth, you feel this language between you and the earth. It's like you're receiving all of her wisdom. You're receiving her love. You're receiving the exquisite space of consciousness that she always holds. And the root or the cord keeps going down, down, down into these fertile layers of the earth, these untouched layers of the earth. And as soon as they reach the core of the earth, they might connect in with your crystal. It's like this crystalline, this womb, this velveteen layer of the earth, this wise space of the earth. It's millions and millions of years old. You feel the power of the elements that are just pulsating in this space. And as soon as you connect into the center of the earth, you feel shoots, like roots moving out from your cord, and they're moving out into beyond time and space. They're moving out into the world, out through the earth, and they're moving into the places that are going to be magnetized to you. It's as if they're going to touch them, this golden aura, golden, yes, golden experience or energy. And it's like they're just going to say hello, and they're reaching the places that you're meant to go to, your energy and your field is meant to go to, that are going to be very supportive for you in finding and creating and observing this reality, making it real in the physical, because it's already happening in the energy. The timeline is already there. So you've activated the timeline in your body, and your root is going out into the earth, into the physical, and it's just landing right under the people, the places, the experiences, the things. And it's as if it's like lighting them up from the earth into those spaces that they're getting activated with your energy. And that's what's going to magnetize them. It's going to collapse the gap. Again, beyond time and space, this gets to happen easy and quickly, and you're available for how good and how fun it gets to be. So you're not controlling where these offshoots and these roots are going. They're going exactly to where they need to go, and you trust them. But you can feel them. You can feel where they're branching out to all over the world. I feel some of them even branching out into the oceans. And just notice how good it feels to trust this implicitly. You trust it so deeply. You no longer have to force this or control it. You get to release the expectations, and this gets to be fun. It gets to be this beautiful, raw, gorgeous ride that you receive. All right, beautiful. I feel those roots. They've landed exactly where they're meant to go. And you feel this kind of like this pop, this burst of energy, that it just lands in the field, it lands in the person, it lands in the experience, it lands in the ether of where it's meant to be. And now you're coming all the way back into your body through your breath, breathing in. Feel that golden energy that was in your root as it sparkles and shines through every one of your cells, and you exhale. Really finding your presence here, breathing it in, exhaling it out. Yes. And on this last one, we're going to hum. This is where we're going to alchemize through our frequency, our tone, our vibration. And the vibration is going to move through the earth. It's going to move into the cosmos. It goes everywhere. It just expands into all fields, all places, all experiences, all galaxies I'm getting. It's going like so big. So breathe it in. And when you're ready, yes, it's going so deep. There's such a vibration. It's so good. It's so real. It's so proud. It's so profound. And you know how powerful you are. It is done. It is done. It is done. Let yourself smile if there's a smile rising up from within. Please repeat after me. Thank you. I trust this collaboration. I'm here to receive. When it's time, I'm ready to leave. All right. Beautiful. Come back. Come back to circle if you're ready. All right. Maybe just rubbing your hands together, shaking them out, moving the energy. How are you feeling? I'd love to hear before we complete circle. How did you move through that experience? Thank you so much. I hope to see you next time. Mwah. Bye-bye.